Hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2021, the Youth Academy Challenge Save with Siena. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel for more. We just had our youth intake come in and it's questionable. I feel like we've got some good players. MacLeod is the best of the bunch apparently in terms of potential, and he's a goalkeeper. We have plenty of goalkeepers at this point. In fact, the worst goalkeeper we have at the moment in terms of potential is this guy, Fabio Mastella. I think he came last year. He came 2 years ago, and I look at him and I think, if he's the worst in terms of potential, how bad is everyone else in the side? But yeah, MacLeod would be the best, the fifth best goalkeeper in the team. Actually, sixth best because we got Basilica out on loan. He's not counted yet, but he's definitely become the second best goalkeeper in the team now in terms of his game time he's getting. But MacLeod is the best goalkeeper at the moment that's come through, and is the best player of the bunch in terms of potential. We then got Mazia Oglieri, and he could be okay. If I wanted to play him on the left, he'll be an inverted winger. I don't know if we need an inverted winger. We need someone who's actually more of a winger these days. Potential. It's a bit concerning, to say the least, that a lot of players he doesn't seem like he's going to have the best potential. He's apparently, I don't know how this is the case, apparently he's a Liga Pro level player at age of 50, which is great. I love that, but we kind of need players now that really help us in the long run for our positions and in positions that we actually use in the roles we use. So question marks there. And he wouldn't even be the best player in terms of potential on that position either. We got the likes of Luigi Riga, who is not great, but he's definitely getting better, and he's actually growing as a player too. So he's got something to work for. Just to show his determination and his personality of not being ambitious enough. We've got Lenzi as well, who is definitely a second choice now in terms of midfield. Would honestly be the second best midfielder in the team in the right hand side. If you take out Fofana, who's a striker, and Scapata, who's an inverted winger on the right. And then we also got Oresti Widolfi, who's, I'm trying to train on the left-hand side to be a winger. I don't know if it's really working, but it is something we need to work on, I feel. Then we got Fabrizio Bossanti, a midfielder who can play as a striker and an attacking midfielder too. Pressing forward on the attack is what I'd use him for as a striker. Strength, he needs to work on that. Teamwork, he needs to work on that. Concentration needs to work on that. Advanced playmaker could be good, but he needs to work on his dribbling, his passing, his teamwork. So there's a lot of work for this guy if we want to make him anywhere near as good as I think we could be. Definitely needs to be stronger. Definitely needs to work his passing. And if they want to make him a Mazzala, he needs to work on his dribbling and his passing, at least until he's good enough to be about 10s for everything. So this guy might not see the first team for a while. Alessio Sazzoni is actually a winger on the left-hand side. Hasn't got the best potential though, and I'm concerned by that. So we need to work on that. His personality is also balanced, which is not great to say the least. Lorenzo Mostasi, I'm saying that wrong, I know. Decent winger actually. He's got the crossing, dribbling, and the technique I'm looking for. He's got the flair too. He's got decent pace. A few other areas he's a bit weak in though. His bravery is only 1, which is a bit concerning. He is not intelligent enough to really play. He's only 1-footed, but that's fine. We need him as a winger, not an inverted winger. So that's perfect. But yeah, the bravery of 1 is a bit concerning because it means he'll back out of a lot of challenges. And he tries to play his way out of trouble. When he's not brave, that is not a good thing to have. Last player that has caught my interest, or at least has decent ability right now, and maybe has some potential to be decent in the future, Andrea Conforti. Now, I'm not going to lie, this guy is not the best player in the world. I would rather use him as a centre-back, but he's okay. He isn't amazing. He can work on his pace, can work on his acceleration, needs to work on his determination because he's unambitious. Heading, marking is okay. Tackling and positioning is good. Aggression, I like it. But there's a few areas he needs to work on, and his personality is the one thing we are concerned about. and it just won't help us in the long run. And the fact he's also slow is a concern. So make him more determined, up his pace, and we have a decent player here potentially. Hopefully. I wish I knew. But he's also got a lot of players ahead of him that could be really, really good. So he might be struggling to get in the first team anytime soon. That's all I'm going to say about the matter. But still, we've had a few games since we last met because I literally wanted to go through until the intake happened, and the intake has now happened, so that's a thing. Let's see how we got on in the last couple of games. So the first game we had was against Palermo in the league at their ground. They beat us 4-3 at our ground. We beat them 3-1 at their ground. DiBiase with the perfect start, 3 minutes in, 1-0. They do get an equaliser in the 9th minute of the game though. A bit disappointed that this goes in, but it's a very good finish from Gaglione. And we do actually get ourselves back in front just before half-time. Oliver finds over. This is very lucky. Very, very lucky goal. I will say this here and now. I don't know how it ends up being that way, but we got very lucky with the fact it just helps its way in. We make it 3-1 before the 50th minute of the game. Brazzoni finds Oliver, and Oliver scores. Again, he loves to score. He is one of those players that when he's on form, he is very, very good. And I love him to bits because he is a great player as far as I'm concerned. We deserve to win this game. 24 shots to their 10, 13 shots on target to their 5, an XG of 3.39 to their 0.80. We just outclassed them in a lot of areas. Yes, they had a good goal, but apart from that, they didn't really do much, and we could have made it more than 3. We should have potentially made it 4 or 5. So it was just that good today. We then took on Livorno and we drew this 2-2, but unfortunately for us, we took a 2-goal lead. Fofana with the first goal 7 minutes in, and then Fantozzi with a free kick. It finds its way to Oliver after it hits the wall. So I was thinking, yeah, we should be good now, right? 70 minutes in, they make it 2-1. I think I made a change in personnel, and I think it cost us because De Luca scores the first goal, and then it's a free kick, and we consider a 2-goal lead. The Lavaco scores. I made a change in personnel after this. I brought on Conte for his first ever game as a defender. Yes, I know I brought Conte on as a defender. What am I doing? But I brought him on, and it just seemed to backfire quickly. We didn't seem to do as well as we could have done once he was brought on. A bit of a miscalculation on my part, but I feel like we should have got at least a win. But a draw's a draw. We didn't lose. I can't complain about the fact we didn't lose, honestly, because I don't like losing. So we then took on Lecce in the next match at their ground. Oliver scores his first of the game. Sakakna with his first assist for the season, and then Oliver scores his penalty to make it 2-0 in the 54th minute of the game. We held on from there, but not without having some issues, because we actually found ourselves really pegged back in the second half, and I generally don't know how we got away with a point here, or at least how we got away with 3 points. We should have lost this game. Tortilli's rating of 8.1 tells you how much we had defended against this team. They had 16 shots to our 9. We had a penalty which helped our XG to be equal to theirs. So honestly, we weren't at our best, but we got all 3 points anyway, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. So I'll take the 3 points, even if we had to run away with them like a bunch of thieves. So the next game was AC Recaneri, and I'll be honest, I feel kind of fortunate we got a point here. 2-2 we drew, but we went behind in the first half. We then make it 1-0 after Conte is playing midfield and now finds Fantozzi. He finds Scarpato. Yes, Scarpato scores. Our record goal score does it. Actually, now that I think about it, we actually went 2-1 up, and now I'm a bit annoyed we didn't win. But Sakaknia finds Oliver, who makes it 2-1. 18 minutes in, they equalise after we don't deal this corner properly, and Cazzola scores after he's got the easiest chance in the world. All he's just got to do is beat the goalkeeper. We had 22 shots to their 9. We only scored 2 shots out of our 6 on target. They scored 2 of their 4 shots on target. Yeah, we blew this one. I said I was a bit fortunate. I feel happy we got a point. I don't feel that anymore. I feel like we let ourselves down, but Scarpato started this game. He scored a goal. And yeah, when that's a sign we can do things. I'm happy he's playing again. Honestly, I've missed him. He's scoring goals. He's not going to get 10 goals this year for the first time in a very long time, but I'm happy he's still scoring, and that's all that matters to me. But yeah, 2 points dropped here. A bit disappointing to say the least. We then went to Benevento and drew 1-1, but we took the lead in the first 7 minutes of the game. Fofana with the opening goal of the game, and I'm thinking, yes, we should be winning this game, right? We should be winning this game. But we don't. We blow the win because we don't deal with this cross. And Durante with the finish, or Durante, scores the goal, and it's a bit annoying. We were the better team again, and we seem to be doing better in matches, but then blowing away the leads, and it's getting frustrating now because that's the third time we've been in the winning position and let a winning position slip. Not as bad as the Livorno game, mind you, but it's still annoying to say the least that we are dropping points this easily when we should be doing better than this. So yeah, 2 points dropped again. We then took on Frosinone, and we took the lead after Oliver gets his head to the ball. 1-0 inside the 22nd minute of the game. Then they turned the game on its head, and yeah, first goal, it was a very easy finish for Link, and then just a few minutes later, it's 2-1. Again, defensively, we're not dealing with the corner, and it's a free header for Fontana. We then make it 2-2 after Fugazi finds Andrea Calucci, and it's then 3-2 after we get very lucky actually at this point in time. We find the ball given back to us. Fantozzi then finds Oliver, who scores to make it 3-2. I should have just shut up shop and decided, yeah, we're going to defend the lead, because we then concede just 5 minutes later, and I'm a bit annoyed with myself because Pinto scores this goal, 3-3. Then it's 4-3, and it's just, what am I doing? Because 76 minutes in, Pinto plays this in the middle, and it's Garu with the finish, and it's a bit disappointing that we've let we go ahead twice, we come from behind once, and then go behind again and then recover. It's a bit disappointing, though they were the better team. 19 shots to our 10, 13 shots on target to our 8. They were just a better team, and honestly, I'm not sure if I could have defended our lead if we had gone defensive, so they were just really good in the day, unfortunately for us, and there's not much you can do when you've got an opponent that is doing that well for you, or against you, can you now? So after going 3 games without a win, going behind against Juve Stabia is not the best thing in the world, but we do get ourselves an equaliser in the 33rd minute of the game. Bozzoni finds Bondi, who finds Bozzoni after his shot was blocked, and it's, well, lucky we get this. 89th minute of the game, we get a winning goal, and Oliver finds none other than Scopato, who scores the winning goal to turn back the clocks to a season ago when he was one of the 2 instrumental strikers last year. He comes off the bench and does it, so he is honestly a great impact sub now. He's got the pace for it, he's got the, well, he hasn't got the stamina, but he's got the pace. He's not getting any better at age 25, but he's the perfect impact sub. And after 3 games without winning, this is a very welcome 3 points, and it was much needed too, especially with how the table's been going. So as things stand, 7 games to go. We are in 6th place. We've got past the 50-point mark, which I was actually starting to get concerned we wouldn't get past. If we want to get a top 8 finish, at least 60 points is the aim. We've got Genoa next in 7 days' time. That's going to be difficult to say the least, and I'm not expecting much. Jack Oliver's got 18 goals again, so he is a madman. He's a goal machine. Every year he's got 13 plus goals in a campaign, and this season he missed a few games as well, but he's got, between this season and last season, he has been so instrumental for goals, and I'm expecting him to get 20 plus goals for the 2nd year running, and that is a very, very good sign. We've got a player who can do that for us. Best player in the team, top goal scorer as well. Bondi actually was actually absent because he was seen laid out in a nightclub one day when he was wanting to leave, but he's sorted out his issues now. We should probably give him a new contract. Think about it. Let's give him a new contract because he's got 2 years. Not going to strengthen that. Not going to give you that. Not going to give you that. Not going to give you that. Important player. No. Yeah, we're walking away from that. Oliver, 18 goals. Bondi, 11 goals. I'm not going to give him 1.5 million release clause when he had an offer of 2.7 million come in, so that's silly. But Fofana, for the first time, has got 11 goals. He's in double figures for goals for the first time in his career, so that's a good sign, and he's definitely improving too. Scarpato has got 2 goals, 2 assists in 6 matches, so he hasn't had the best of times in appearances, but he's definitely produced some goods. Still miss him, but we got Fofana now. It would be unfair for me to not use Fofana when he's actually getting this good and he's getting goals as well, so I can't justify not using him anymore. But anyway, let's go forward to the Genoa game and see how things go. Okay, so the game against Genoa is happening now. We are 6 points away from them if we win. Not only do we get revenge for the 7-0 thrashing they gave us early in the season, but we close the gap to them to 3 points. And 2 of our rivals, Frosinone and Sassuolo, could go above them. And Vicenza could also close the gap to just goals difference or results between teams, depending on how they do. We are hoping to do well. We don't want to be losing this game. But we don't also... I'll be happy with a point as well, honestly. I'll just say that here and now. A point would be good for us. We have got to do something. We've got to hope for the best. And this game is a bit difficult because we've got so many things that can go against us. We will be starting Serpi in defense. Barbini actually got injured before this game started. So he is not available. He's on the bench, but he's got another 6 days before he can really be fit. I'll leave him on the bench because I don't really plan on using him. He's like, it's not a position anyone's going to be going in for. Colucci is suspended, as is Bozzoni for the next game as well. The risk of our tactic is that we literally go so very much deep into the whole thing. Oliver is just incredible now. He's gotten better and better and is now considered a 4.5-star talent for our team, which is a little scary thinking about it, but it's better than nothing. And he's wanted by Monza still, who are going down as things stand. I don't know why they want him, because they can never afford him. But still, Tortelli will start again. We know it's going to happen. He's very much established himself as the goalkeeper now. 179 appearances. You can see it's 248 goals, but that's more because of our defense than anything else. Pellegrino starts with Serpi and Tajani starting as well. Only DiBiase out of the 4, I say DiBiase, only Serpi and DiBiase out of the 4 at the back are really mainstays at this point. Fantozzi starts in this game, isn't really considered good enough for this division apparently, but I will still consider that he's not that bad. Though I could probably replace him in the future if I had to. Canturo also starts. He is now finally considered good enough for this division, but his consistency worries me. And it's why I am never really comfortable with him there, even if he is the best player in the team for this position and for the role. Bondi starts, as does Bertiawi. He's got 7 goals this year. He's been very good in terms of goals. He's the best goal scoring season as well. Best before was 6 goals. His contract expires in 2 months. I am probably going to give him a new contract just because of how well he's done this year, but that's about it. Oliver starts. And if Fofana does start as well, he is not a pressing forward, but I'm using him as a pressing forward as well because it's a role he's been getting goals in. So let's see how we do. Let's hope we can get all 3 points. And if we can't get all 3 points, then at least stop Genoa from winning because we want to survive against a team that hit us for 7 last time out. They got a throw 10 minutes in. I'm not expecting anything good to happen for us, but we get the ball away, head of the way. No one's really there to collect for us, and Letra is scoring. That's not exactly surprising. 11 minutes in, they are 1-0 up already. One of the best teams in the division, 1-0 up now. We're going to go for positive because we're trying to go attacking. It doesn't seem to have worked. So we try the offside trap. It's not worked at all, has it? And he was just, well, made his run, and the defense got caught out completely. Corner now. And they are probably going to score. No, Tortelli denies. We need to play this forward. We cannot afford to be 2 goals behind so early on. At least we've already done better than the last time, which is not saying a lot. But Fofana on the ball. Here we go. Canturo finds DiBiase. He's been tackled. Here's Canturo again. We're keeping the ball nicely though somehow. And it's been blocked. So have we done something with that? We might have actually got a goal. But it's a corner instead. We're going to try to do something. And they let us have the corner short, which is a bit surprising. DiBiase finds Fofana. hasn't worked, but it's an idea we've got in our pocket anyway, to say the least. They got a throw, and they've scored from it. They've literally used what we've done in the past against us here. 2-0 to Genoa, and I'm not surprised this is going as bad as it has, because we are not against a team that is a bad team. They are one of the best teams in the division, one of the title favourites into the season. They are the ultimate yo-yo club. They've been promoted or relegated 7 years running, and they are definitely playing like title contenders today. The best with a long throw, and it's a goal. We do have this goal against them. Fofana with the finish. Keeper comes out. He's not dealt with it, and it's a very good finish for Fofana for his 12th of the season, but at least we got something, right? It's not ideal how it's come about, but keeper's made an absolute hash of that. It's still 2-1. We still have a chance now, as they have a throw themselves. And I am very, very concerned all of a sudden, because I don't know what to expect. Garcia, that didn't last long at all, did it? Campatoso has just, well, Capo's just done that, hasn't he? It's a very good finish. And I was thinking, yeah, should be fine. Garcia's ball forward is great, but the finish is even better. Just absolutely tore us to pieces there. We've gone defensive now. I've decided, actually, maybe that's what we need to do. Be a bit more defensive with our play. And maybe make them come to us. But I don't think it's worked, as they put it wide. Should have got down target, though. But defensively, we've been all over the place today, and it's not helped us. Doesn't help we have actually had some of our best players out due to suspension either, but I can't use that as an excuse here. We've just not been good enough. Got a throw. Fofana with the ball. Finds Fantozzi. It's Bondi. He's tried to play it forward to Oliver. It's not worked. And here's Serpi, one of the best players in the division in the Dream 11 himself. Here's Garcia now. And I am concerned that this could be for... Almost was. If anything, we just did well enough to stop him from having a better shot, but that ball forward is absolutely useless. And Capo is on the ball now. And he scored again. I tried to tinker that, it's not worked. Okay, so let's tinker with this. I'm starting to think we're not even using offside trap. Let's lower our line of engagement and lower line of defense. Make them work. And let's not press as much. Let's not tightly mark them either, because I think it's working against us. Maybe that's what we need to do here. It's the first time I've really tried to tinker this, but we're 4-1 down at home. I can't accept this. It's just going against us now. And if we want to survive, we need to do something quickly, and very much so. Okay, we've got a free kick. Fantozzi takes it. Been headed away, but Bondi's going to get this first. And Canturo on the ball now. Finds Fantozzi. Very good finish from Fantozzi. It's 4-2. We've got something out of this. I doubt what we did was working, but it's still nice to know we can get a goal still, and that is the important part here. We've made some changes, taken some personnel off as well. None of them have really actually done anything, but it's a very good ball from Canturo to find Fantozzi, his midfield partner, and we just made an opportunity out of nothing, really. So, we lose this game 4-2. It's not as bad as 7-0, but it means that we've conceded 11 goals and 2 against Genoa, but we scored 2, so... Yeah, conceding 11 goals is not good enough, honestly, and I'm disappointed by that. And I'm not happy with the performance. Pellegrino really should realise that he's been dropped after this game. He really should know that at this point, but... We lose again. He's got 16 yellow cards. Flipping hell. Okay. Yeah, DiBiase needs to stop getting bookings. We're going to avoid relegation. We know that. There's 7 games to go, which means 21 points. We can be caught only by its 14th place Juve Stabia, who won against Monza and Brescia in the bottom half of the table. So 15th place downwards can't catch us. But we can't. I think the title race is down and now. We can't get the title anymore. That is over. We cannot get it. Which is a shame. But to be honest with you, it was never in the cards. And for me, that is something I'm not so concerned about. It just means we need to work on a few things and tinker along the way if we needed to. So, happy days for that. either way, what we're going to do now is actually end this video here. I hope you guys have actually enjoyed yourselves. Hope you guys like and share this video, and that you will subscribe to my channel. It really does help me a lot. So anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.